Hello there, and welcome to Psychology 102. This is Professor Brett Pelham, your instructor for your Summer Session 2 Germantown Montgomery College class. And of course, this summer we won't be meeting in person as I've done with my students in the past, including summer courses. We'll be meeting remotely. And what I wanted to do in this brief introduction for you is just share with you a snippet or two of what's in your course syllabus, and I'll be posting that not long after I finish this little introduction to you. But the course syllabus has a lot of information about the course, the most two important pieces of which I'm going to summarize with you and review with you right now. So moving right ahead here, I've done a screen capture from your course syllabus, and I've expanded it a little bit here. I've blown it up a little. And I just like to walk through with you pretty quickly the 6 important things that are in this summary, because these are really the 6 things you would need to stay on top of to do a great job in the course, especially in the summer when things move quickly, and especially when we're using a remote delivery system and I don't get to see you in person every day to see how you're doing and check in on you. So what we have here is a list of 6 things. The first thing you need to do in this course, again, especially in the summer, is do the posted readings. In case you didn't know this, you'll be happy to hear that all your readings for the course are posted as PDFs. They're free. This is a TrueZ course. So first, do the posted readings for a given lecture day the day before you show up in the morning to Zoom into that lecture. So you need to do the readings first, and I'll show you what they look like in just a second, the actual schedule. And secondly, here you can see that you need to watch the lectures, watch the PowerPoints, or watch the videos that correspond to the lectures I've listed for a particular day, because the actual class time is going to be more like, that's our third thing here, it's going to be more like a flipped classroom than a regular classroom. So what I just highlighted for you here is a typical day, July 8th. I guess that'll be our second day, so that'll be Wednesday. And notice if you look at the yellow highlighted section, in the right-hand column, before you show up that day, you should have already read the research methods chapter. That's chapter 3 of a research methods book that I'm the author of, so I'm allowed to share it with you. And in addition, before you show up on Wednesday, July 8th, you need to have looked over the lecture, maybe taken some notes on the lecture for psychological research methods. So when you show up for any given course, any given class day, or when you show up to Zoom it, you will need to have done the reading for that particular day, and you will also need to have looked at the lecture for that particular day. So again, this is summer, we're moving quickly. If you're going to benefit from the Zoom session much at all, you need to have done the reading, and you need to have taken a close look at the lecture that we'll be talking about and that I'll be answering questions about during that particular lecture. So first of all, do the readings. Second of all, look at the lectures in advance. Third, show up if you possibly can to the Zoomed class meetings where people will bring questions, and occasionally we'll also flip things and have hands-on activities. But the most important thing to know when you show up for this meeting is to have done a little bit of homework and bring a question or two that you can pose to me and that I can answer for you. If you have a question, many of your classmates probably have the same question. The fourth thing that I've summarized for you here is the practice quizzes. The practice quizzes turn out to be about 1/5 or 1/6 of your class, depending on how we add things up. But you have 20 practice quizzes. They're online. You get to take them as many times as you want until you get a score you're pretty happy with. But every class day for this course in the summer corresponds to a particular practice quiz. Now, I'm still working on those, so they're obviously not all ready yet. But for every day of the course, including the weekend reading days, I've given you a practice quiz. In fact, I will have posted 2 of them pretty quickly here, probably by the time we start the course on Tuesday. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing you see here that I just circled is to get ready for each regular exam. And that, of course, is the bulk of your grade. If you look in the bottom section here, which I guess I can show you a little bit with my arrow, the bottom of Module 1 here is Exam 1, and that's why I put that in a little red block or a little red squircle. Exam 1 finishes Module 1. You might also notice that after Exam 1 it says the power law and it says constructivism. Those are lectures that I will give live after you've taken the exam and had a short break. You don't need to do the readings that correspond to those. In fact, sometimes there aren't readings that correspond to those, but I don't expect you to do the reading for Module 2 lecture when you're studying the night before for Exam 1. So that's the way things are organized. Do the readings, prep the lectures, look them in advance, show up and do the Zoomed flipped classroom office hour if you possibly can. Take all the practice quizzes, and again, take them multiple times if you need to get a good score, because that's a big piece of your grade. Fifth, study hard for and focus on the regular exams, which will have a format that's a lot like the practice quizzes, by the way. And then finally, number 6 here, I just circled it for you, is to write a good paper in the course. And I'll just say briefly that I give you a link in your syllabus to library resources. I post a model paper that shows you exactly what a good paper looks like. And I even post a grading rubric that shows you exactly where all your points come from on the paper. There are more tips about the paper in the syllabus, but I give you a lot of resources that I hope will help you write a really good paper. Let me also, as we go to one other screenshot that I lifted directly from your syllabus, as you can see here. I've organized the course day by day, and this is particularly important in the summer, to show you again exactly which readings and exactly which lecture topics correspond to each day. So on the first day of the course on Tuesday, I'll give you an introduction to Intro Psych. We'll talk about the 4 ways of knowing. You probably won't have read Module 2 by then, but you can catch up on that later. But when you show up for class on, let's say, Thursday, July 9th, you should have read the night before. I'm pointing it out for you here. You should have read modules 5 and 6, which cover the brain and nervous system in that portion of your reading. So if you want to do well this summer, you've got to stay on top of the readings. You've got to look at the lectures in advance. And if you do those things, I feel like you have a very good chance of being successful. And of course, if you run into difficulties, it's my job and my pleasure to help you in any way that I can. So it's great to meet you virtually. And I look forward to seeing some of your faces, or at least hearing some of your voices when we do our first Zoom meeting on Tuesday, July 7th. So look later today. It's already about 2 a.m., by the way, so it's already Monday. Look later today, Monday, maybe Monday late afternoon, for your exact information in the form of an email about our Zoom session for Tuesday, July 7th. Take care. Bye-bye.